Well, good morning, humanity. It is May 30th, 2022, and it's the favorite time of the week because it's Mondays with Bev and Paul. And good morning, everybody. My name's Paul.
Good morning. This is Bev.
Hello, Bev.
Hello, Paul.
Welcome, welcome. You enjoyed Wyatt Earp Days there in Tombstone, did you?
Oh, yes, of course. There was a lot of people here this weekend.
Yes, yes, it's a big weekend, and we want to take a moment on this weekend, on this day. We want to honor Memorial Day. And the first thing we wanted to do was take a moment to remember all those who accepted the job of going to battle and dying on the field. That was what Memorial Day was based on when it became a national holiday.
That's true.
Yeah,
But it's also about all of those that we want to remember and honor in our personal lives as well. You
yes,
know, people go out to the cemeteries and put flowers on their loved ones' graves, and so
yes.
yeah, this is a
It's
time to remember and just to honor all of those.
right. And it's as we were talking about it, those who, whether they went to battle or they were part of our families, and they gave their service for the greater good, whether it was a family or a country or a nation. And
Right.
quite a job to choose to do those things in this life. And so, how can we bring BioTouch into that? That's the gift that we want to give on this day, is another reminder how BioTouch can be used as a remembrance and an action for today. So,
Yeah, for me, BioTouch runs the whole spectrum. It's for those who are, on this life journey here, who are evolving and changing and, present in their lives, but it's also this amazing gift for those who are going through a transition from, one state to another, and those who are going to be remembering them after that happens.
right,
So this is a technique that addresses so many aspects of our lives, because let's face it, being born and dying are it's a polarity. They both happen. It's inevitable. But we I think we've all experienced what, at least I know you and I have personally, what BioTouch can not just help our loved one, but ourselves
yes, and
in
and
that time.
right, and so that would be the first part we want to share, and we really learned that with the pandemic, and that is taking the BioTouch system, even if it's just the greeting, and having a moment to take those two fingers, and we'll share you here. Well, we'll just share it now. And you take those two fingers of your dominant hand and you lightly touch just below the breastbone in the soft tissue area. And you just hold that for 6 to 8 seconds. And you take those same two fingers of the dominant hand and just, if you lean your head forward, there's a big bone that pops out. You go to the left of that about an inch to an inch and a half, and that's point two, again with the same dominant hand. And so on this Memorial Day, what we could also do is to remember our loved ones and do the greeting with our loved one who has passed on, and allow them to do the greeting on you. I mean, we hear over and over and we read over and over, and many of us have experienced there's just this fine veil between this and the unobstructed, you know.
Yep.
And
Yep.
so,
Yeah.
if we want to,
Life is.
yes. And so if we want to just, even if it's just of our thoughts and our mind, think of us doing the greeting on our loved ones and letting them touch us, and make that connection uh, at that first stage. That's the memory, the memorial part of it. And then, as you said, wow, let's bring it to today. Let's bring it with
Right.
those who
Let's do it
live.
while we're all here
Yes,
together, right?
yes.
On this side.
Let's make that connection. And I think what I've seen through all these years, that connection that we make now will make those transitions even more powerful, more
Yeah.
hopeful, as we've talked about. And let's use that example of that young man that I work with who had the tumor, the brain tumor.
Definitely.
And he was in his 20s. And he and his wife ended up finding us, and we worked with him. In a few short months, he was actually able to write and speak, which he couldn't do when we first met him. They actually got so much better uh, that we taught her how to do it, and they were actually able to go on a vacation. And the interesting thing was, when once they came back from the vacation, uh, the disease started to take over, and he ended up in hospice. We went, had people working with him at least 2 or 3 times a day. And the interesting thing was, again, while we would work with him in that coma, he would always sigh. So there's something beyond just this physical conscious reality that's
Right.
going on. Yeah, and he would always sigh with that particular technique. Once he did finally die, and we went to the memorial service.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing was, his wife came up to me and went, out of all the techniques we did, BioTouch was the one that gave us hope.
Isn't that an interesting thing to say? Because he had passed on. What do you mean hope? What
Right,
does that mean?
right. And so it never was a hope about living forever,
Right.
but there was this internal hope. And we have seen over and over and over that doing BioTouch with people give them a sense within that everything's okay. You had that experience, you said, with your mother.
Yeah, I did. Once she had a diagnosis and was given a certain time allowance, and I had been doing BioTouch with her and continued to do within literally a week and a half. That I don't know. I thought about this. Maybe BioTouch just gave her, this. It's okay to let go, and she was gone. It was very. It's like, wow. Okay. It was like, okay, I've got a diagnosis. I'm out of here, and I'm okay. I'm okay with it, and everything's going to be fine. You know,
Yeah,
it was lovely for me, of course, to go on that journey with her.
yeah. So Paula wrote here, dying can be just a sacred time for both the person transitioning and those who remain on the physical plane when
That's
we can
right.
get past our fear and allow it to happen with love. It's such a sacred time. It is, and
Thank you,
I've
Paula.
worked with,
And it's true.
yes,
It's true.
I've worked with
I agree.
many, many people during their transition, and
Yep.
it's an honor. And so on a day like today, it's an honoring of those who have passed on to the unobstructed or the other side. And what's that fine veil? And BioTouch maybe can help us feel their presence while we're here.
Hmm.
Maybe that's a big part of BioTouch that we haven't even looked into a lot, but
Well, I'm sure you will.
but we did have a lot of chances to do that during the pandemic when people said I can't get out. So
Yes.
this is an opportunity to practice it, but even more, practice it with those who are in your home. Don't wait for the
Oh,
tragedy. Don't wait for the sickness. Use it as a maintenance program like brushing your teeth.
well, we've said this many times, and I truly believe this. While we're here in this body, BioTouch can really enhance the quality of your
Yes.
experience here. Not just health wise, but I always remember what Gary Schwartz said in his preface. BioTouch is a sacred thing, and it not just helps us individually, but ultimately the planet.
Yes.
I mean, that's huge. So we're part of this life here. So BioTouch is, yes, for those who have, helping us remember and open ourselves up to honor and all that. But also, let's enhance the quality of our everyday living here and our healing and our health so that we can contribute to this great community called humanity, that circle that, keeps going on, and the planetary life.
That's right. We're all here together, folks. We're all on this boat together. And
Yeah.
BioTouch is that one thing that we've learned over all these decades now. We're not just talking a few years. I've been doing this for 35 years now. I think about that. That's a long time to be doing the same job over and over.
And it's just starting.
It's just starting, I'm supposed to live another 70 years, so what the hell? I got a great time ahead of me. But this is a key here, and it breaks down the barriers. We don't have, we each have a job to do here. It might be that you're in on the battlefield or home cooking or having to go to a job from 9 to 5 or standing on a street corner, begging for your next meal. You know, BioTouch goes beyond all those distinctions and differences. And it goes right to the core with those two fingers touching just below that breastbone in that soft tissue area. And there are no levels. Anyone can do it. You're effective immediately. This is not about, oh my God, go to level 1 and then we're going to sell you level 2. And
you know what? It's like, well, one of these days I think I'll become a this, and one of these days I'll become a that. And I always think with BioTouch it's not one of these days, it's this day. You can learn BioTouch, and this day you can use it, and this day you can be effective with anybody in your life. And even if they're not in your personal life, everybody is effective with everybody, period, with BioTouch.
And so that's what's amazing. You talk about something putting you in the present moment.
I know.
Exactly. without having to sit and do all your finger movements or go to some statue or bring on some high to
prepare the space.
Right. It's like, and all those are fine. Again, this is not
they're
negating
all fine.
Whatever you want to believe. But what we have found is something that works regardless of what you believe.
Right.
Because you're a human being on this planet with other billions of other human beings, we all have these to be able to help one another. And our only goal for coming here every Monday for years now is to remind us how simple it is and how easy it is to do, and what a gentle, loving touch it brings to humanity. And the research, you talked about the quality of life. The research showed that with Dr. Stevenson, who hopefully is going to be here in July to do a presentation about that research again.
Fantastic.
Yeah. She said, I can have people live for a long time with medications, but I can't do anything for the quality of their life. BioTouch gave people a quality of life.
Boy.
Wow.
I know. That's pretty awesome. Profound.
Yeah. So we have ways that you can learn it besides what we just taught you, that greeting. 2 fingers just below the breastbone, 2 fingers just to the left of the big bone. So even if you're just listening to this on a podcast, you got it. You don't have to even see anybody doing it. We just explained it to you. But we also have classes. Our next class is in July. It's our virtual training again, July 19th. And that will be virtually. I think Eileen has here this month has a in-person class happening.
In person,
yeah. And that's on our website. You can go check that out and sign up through her website for the live training. And our next health condition workshop will be June 23rd. We're going to talk about tennis or pickleball elbow.
Pickleball elbow.
I love trying to say that. Pickleball. So anyhow, if you got a bum elbow, we're going to show you how to work on it.
Whatever's going on with that elbow, we can address it.
It don't matter how you got it. So.
Right, or what it's called.
Right. So again, we're grateful to be here with you. We did want to take time and not just make it as an outtake while we sign off. Horace Barnes, who writes, he's written 3 songs for BioTouch, wrote one about take away the pain, take away my pain. And it's perfect for this honoring on Memorial Day. And so we hope that you will just take these few minutes to really listen to the words and to really understand why we do BioTouch. That it really, as he talks in that, you're an angel from heaven. It really honors that we're all angels from heaven here to help one another. And Horace just put it into great, great words and music. So enjoy Memorial Day however you celebrate. Heart goes out to all of you. Our fingers go to all of you. And we'll see you all next week as we listen to Horace Barnes' Take Away My Pain.
I can feel the pain in sunshine or rain, so it's not caused by the weather, but it doesn't hurt that much after I feel your loving touch and we spend some time together. You take my pain away each and every day. You're an angel from heaven on high. Your butterfly touch helps me heal so much, and I get better as time goes by. You take my pain away. All my joints were sore, but not anymore. Since you touched me your special way, the way you touch makes me feel that your love is for real, and I feel fantastic all day. Take my pain away each and every day. You're an angel from heaven on high. Your butterfly touch helps me heal so much, and I get better as time goes by. Take my pain away. You touch me